Hey everybody, welcome back. James here again with you, and what I have in front of you today is the Big 4. And what I mean by that is all these rounds right here that you see are 36 grain high velocity 22 LR. And what I'm going to be doing today is testing each of those bullets at my tried and true ballistics test here. 30 pack of wipes in front of a 1 gallon water jug with a wet travel pillow to see how much expansion those bullets get on impact at 25 yards. So we have the CCI Mini Mag 36 grain rated at 1260 feet per second. The Remington Golden Bullet 36 grain hollow point. Claimed velocity is 1280 feet per second. Federal Champion 36 grain hollow point rated at 1260 feet a second. And the Signature Winchester White Box 36 grain high velocity rated at 1280 feet a second at the muzzle. So even though many of these rounds have been used for small game hunting and obviously have taken small game, no doubt about it, there's no question, I've used all of these loads in the past and had very good success. But the real question here is at hand: how much does that bullet actually expand, or does it expand at all, since they claim to be hollow points? That's the purpose of a hollow point. But with my exact representation of animal flesh, we're going to see what it does at 25 yards, and after that I'm going to take whatever the best bullet is that I see for expansion wise. I'm going to get it dialed in using my Marlin XT 2222 LR. A lot of you may know this model from previous years as the 925 21-inch barrel. And I'm not going to chronograph these loads because they're all within the ballpark of each other and they're the same exact weight. So hopefully we see some impressive results at 25 yards. Let me get set up here and show you. So here I have my signature ballistic test. It is the 30 pack wipes, 1 gallon water jug with a travel pillow that is long ways to capture the bullet and is soaked with water. 25 yards, got the Marlin XT 22 LR set up on the bench. Let's see what happens. Okay, first up is the Federal 36 grain. Well, we hit the water jug, went through the wipes, a little bit of expansion, not too much to brag about. Let's see where the bullet went here. Well, I found the Federal as I was digging for it. No expansion at all. I think it hit the wood and went back in, but no expansion on the tip at all. Next bullet is the CCI Mini Mag 36 grain. That one had a lot more energy. There we go. That's a little more blowout. See if I can find the bullet. Found it. That one definitely did a little more damage, but it didn't expand in the wipes. Okay, next up is the Winchester 36 grain. Wow, that one did some damage on that jug. Holy crap, guys. That jug is tore up, the hole on it, the entry hole. Wow, look at that. That exit hole in the wipes is insane on the 36 grain Winchesters. See if we can find it. Are you kidding me? It wasn't even in the pillow. I just lifted the pillow up and that's how much it expanded. That is nuts. Last 22 bullet here, the Remington Golden Bullet 36 grain. Let's see what happens. Where you at here? Let's find you. Come on. All right, I think I found it. There's the Remington. It was way in the back of the pillow. Hardly no expansion whatsoever. It just smashed the tip. So you've seen there, we had some pretty interesting results. Now I ran these tests multiple times. You've seen the one on camera. I did it again just to make sure that my findings are accurate. The Federal penetrated all the way through the wipes, the water jug, and everything into my wood backboard. Through the pillow, everything. Didn't expand. And I got one of them and it didn't expand at all. The tip did not open up whatsoever. And without a doubt, the actual Winchesters were obviously the winner here. As you've seen on both instances on camera, the bullet did not even go into the pillow. It went through the wipes and fell out of right beside the jug and pillow. It didn't even go in the pillow. And the entry cavity on the water jug represents that the bullet was already mushroomed before entry. So let me show you the wipes here. So as you could tell, this is the front side where I was aiming at, and here's the back side. These two shots right here were the Winchester. But as you could tell, none of them expanded that much compared to the Winchester bullet. I believe this one was the CCI Mini Mags, but you could tell not much difference in between the rest of the three bullets compared to the Winchester. The Winchester really did a number on the back side of this wipes pack. And again, this was the only bullet to leave an entry hole this big. And you can see the bottom hole here. The rest of the bullets just did the same thing. Just left a little small entry hole in the water jugs. And what this means is every other bullet besides the Winchester over penetrated. So that bullet is still going. If it wasn't for that pillow or the wood behind the water jug, that Federal would have been long gone. It didn't even expand. It just penetrated and kept going. And the only next one in line was the CCI Mini Mag. As many people know, they are great rounds without a doubt. But then the Remington Golden Bullet, it was almost to the wood also in the travel pillow. So again here, this shows a spectrum of not only just expansion, but penetration. From going to the most mushrooming energy dump on target to the controlled expansion throughout the whole target media, from the wipes, water jug, and the pillow to the wood backboard. So now I'm going to go ahead and get the gun set up and see how accurate it is at 25 yards and take it out in the squirrel woods for you to see if my results are as true as I say they are. So I'm on my way to the squirrel woods here, and I got the Marlin XT with the Winchester ammo packed up and ready to go. But what I want to talk to you about right now before I get out into the woods is 3 out of the 4 of the ammo that I tested in my ballistics test was rated for hunting. And that was the Remington Golden Bullet, the CCI Mini Mags, and the Winchester 36 grain. The only one that was not rated for hunting was the Federal, and it makes sense. If you go on Federal's website, you see that the Federal ammunition, it shows that the Federal 36 grain value pack is only for target shooting, even though it is a 36 grain hollow point bullet. Now, with that said, Federal only offers like 3 actual hunting loads for small game, and the bullet, of course, that I got wasn't. So that makes perfect sense as to why it over penetrated everything. And also, to add on to that, the CCI Mini Mag 36 grain, why they opened up, or mushroomed I should say, and over penetrated, is because on the container, on the little sleeve, it states varmint. Well, varmint is not small game. Varmint is bigger than small game. It's more like fox and coyote, which makes sense. It's not that they don't do a good job on squirrels or anything, but they're meant for bigger game. So with that said, I'm going to show you what the Marlin XT22 did at 25 yards with the Winchester. Now remember, I really don't care how precise it is. I just want to make sure where I aim at, I'm in the vicinity of the area of the squirrel in the actual vital area. So the vital area, of course, of a squirrel is either the head or the vitals, and the actual body shot And an actual body shot, I want to make sure my shots could be covered by a quarter coin at any range. And that is enough to be a sufficient body shot with the way that those bullets expanded and mushroomed on impact on the wipes, which is crazy. One ragged hole at 25 yards, offhand shooting. I just had to adjust my crosshairs a hair to the right, and we are spot on. Another thing I want to bring up with that round, the Federal being over penetrative, that could be a very high risk safety issue if you're taking those loads out squirrel hunting and you either hit your target or you miss your target, intended target. Because as hunters, we should always know, or I should say, we should always try to make our shots count and always try to know what's beyond our target and not shoot blindly. And that way, shooting firearms like that up in the trees at small game, that round doesn't just keep going for miles, whereas the Winchester, if it hits a target and it starts to mushroom, it loses a lot of its energy, as shown in my test. So I'll see you guys in the squirrel woods in a minute. That's what I'm talking about. Dropped him on the spot, guys. Holy cow. Freaking exit hole is insane. Well, guys, I ended up seeing two this evening, and I got to pull the trigger on one about 15 yards away. And as you can see here, my ballistics test has been proven again. These holes here are insane. So what I'm going to do is get home and clean the squirrel up, get the skin off of it, and show you the entry and exit holes. It's just to show you here how well these Winchester 36 grain bullets did. This is insane. The exit hole is so crazy. And when I actually measured one of the bullets that I captured, it mushroomed out to 10 millimeters. That is crazy. And as you can see here, on impact, it started to mushroom, and on exit, it fully mushroomed. Well, guys, this round did everything I intended it for it to do, as it was. And here's the entrance, and here's the exit. And the squirrel, when I took the shot, was facing me sideways, and the bullet went in underneath right here, right under his armpit, and turned inward to the left. And that tells me right there that they started mushrooming inside and came out with lesser energy. If the bullet, in my experiences, goes straight through, that means that bullet is not stopping and the energy is still going down range and could be unsafe and potentially a risk. So this is why, and I prefer to have a bullet that works and expands and drops the animal. Not only is it a quick, clean kill, but you don't have to worry about stray bullets going everywhere because it dumped all of its energy on the impact. And again, if this was another bullet that didn't expand and went right through, it would have just kept going into an unsafe direction and I wouldn't know where it went. But this right here, as I said, expanded, and the energy dispersion is insane. And it also matches my testing here at the house with the 30-pack wipes. So again, this is the truest test, not only just on the wipes, but on an animal also. And if you're interested in getting this ammo for your rifle to test out, remember, I'm using a bolt action. So, you know, there are so many factors to consider. I wanted a one-shot, one-kill setup, and obviously the bolt action did the job today. But if you're using a semi-automatic or magazine-fed or whatever the case may be, these bullets, or I should say the Winchester, may not cycle perfect for you depending on the rifle and setup you're using. But again, they work perfect for me. One shot, one kill. The squirrel got anchored literally on the trigger pull and tried to climb back up the tree and just fell right down. It was dead before it hit the ground, guys. No joke, right in front of the tree. So the takeaway from this video, guys, is 22 LR bullets do expand, but the thing is, only certain ones and what they're set up for. As you've seen here, I found the best one for my reasons, and that is the Winchester. Right behind it is the CCI Mini Mag. But as I stated earlier, on the actual sleeve, it states it's for varmint, which is a bigger game than small game, but it still would work. And then the rest of the bullets over-penetrated, obviously, especially the Federal, with no expansion at all. So I hope this is an eye-opener for you guys. As always, I appreciate you watching. Hope to see you on the next one.